Hey, that's
I hope
nice.
you get that you put email.
Yo, that clap echoed on all 3 mics.
It's supposed to.
Yo, this is crazy.
Oh wait, yeah, we're recording.
That's not, yeah. You won't hear this, but we will. So we've upgraded our equipment a little bit, man. Anyway, we'll talk about that again later. Welcome back. It feels like we haven't recorded in...
No, we haven't.
Okay, yeah, we haven't. We haven't recorded since Strand, no?
Yeah. Yeah, that's right.
That was like almost a month ago.
Was it?
Middle of last month. It was the middle of
Still
last
the
month.
beginning of this month, my guy. It was 3 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago. 3 weeks ago. 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, we're like 6 days into the new month, so that's
Yeah,
like...
exactly.
Yeah, so it's like still 3 weeks is almost a month, but 3 weeks is almost a month. Yo, hey, can you put that part in, bro? They're gonna be like, who's slurping here?
Substi, these Egypts.
Yeah, wow, that's absolutely crazy. So yeah, bro. Yeah, we are again.
There's something that you wanted to speak about, man.
Before we do that, I have to plug the South African Podcasting Guild.
Okay.
That's
Yeah,
a must. As with the other previous episodes you might have seen, we are part of the South African Podcasting Guild. It's a community where all South African podcasters are involved. If your podcast is not in this community yet, there will be a link here in the description, and we'll put it up on the screen as well. www.sapg.co.za/podlist. You can add your podcast there, and you can listen to all 300 plus podcasts or watch podcasts on their platform or links there to the platforms. So yeah, let's go. The last 4 episodes
Yes, sir.
has been crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was San and what's her name, no?
Financial, Islamic finance,
Yeah, no?
and a multitude of things.
I'm
with
not gonna
Ashik
lie to
Hassan.
you. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you. Islamic finance for me, I'm still not there.
Yeah, but it's like you said on the episode that you start episode.
On the episode,
On the
like you
episode.
say on the episode.
Like you say on the episode. Like you said on the episode. It starts with the intention. Wait, man. Why did I go Buddha
Like
Joe?
you-
Buddha Gamade.
Like you say on the episode.
Like you say on the episode.
I don't know what you say on the episode.
41, 42, 43. Yeah, no. As we're filming this, they're building up to have their 25th anniversary show. So shout out. Probably gonna go watch that. It's gonna be a vibe. My entire childhood.
Yeah, we need to go see Dennis's thing also now.
The
Yeah,
Yaasien Bond show.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's gonna be fun too.
Yeah.
We'll be there too. Shout out. So yeah, Islamic finance starts with the intention.
Yeah.
Right? You have to make the intention first, as with everything.
My intention is to have finance.
Inshallah. Yeah. No.
I mean,
Yes, sis. Yo. It always starts so, no?
you first need the finance before you can start managing the finance.
Yeah. Inshallah, man. Inshallah. So yeah, that episode opened my mind to a lot of things, and I've gone on it like a research tandem moment where I've just been like researching things. Because there's certain things that Ihsan said in that episode that like kind of made me want to know more. You know? You were fighting that yawn there. On yawns though. This is something you taught me about yawns.
Van die duivel af.
Yes, literally. This guy deep on that, no?
Yes,
About
I
holding your yawn.
That's why I told you van
Crazy.
die duivel af. It is.
Yeah, if you don't know, don't yawn. When you have a yawn, try and fight it.
Especially like during Salah. Those who suppress it, it's better for you if you suppress your yawn. Rather than, you do that massive ass. Yeah, exactly. Don't do that.
And stop talking while you're yawning, man.
People do that. Yeah. Yo, that's
Nah,
like
but
a
bro,
ick,
I
bruh.
was like, and so,
That's like a ick. It's a full
Yo.
on ick, bruh.
I wanna clap you if you do that. Yeah.
Because I remember the old people always used to say, like, that's why, like, when you must cover your mouth when you yawn. It's like a shaitan's gonna go in your mouth. Like,
That's
don't-
there's a lot of things like that, no? Like actually talking about it, like someone who hasn't grown up Muslim. I've spoken to a lot of my other Muslim friends and associates, and they've said some crazy things. And
Yeah, I
obviously,
thought that was the only one.
yeah, like Yusra told me, like, yeah, they think about like folding up your musla, otherwise shaitan's gonna come and make salah on it, stuff like that. And also, like, you know, when you have a poop, when you're making salah, they say that shaitan is blowing on your khaji. But I understand the narrative behind it. Like, they said that to you when you were children so that you can actively try and, you know.
avoid doing certain things.
So it's like,
or
yeah.
even though maybe the reasoning behind it is not exactly true, but it was enough for you to be like, oh no.
Yeah, I don't want shaitan to
You
pee in
know,
my ears
I
or
know, oh
something.
no.
I would have been there. That's crazy.
That's fair.
Yeah, the yawning thing, bro, that made me bleep, no? Because I was a bro, like, I believed you had to yawn, you must get it out.
Nah, dude.
Like, wah! Like,
I imagine you never yawn.
what do deaf people think when you yawn?
Like, you're shouting. Something's wrong, he's scared. He's scared. You got hurt now. Because a yawn for me, like if you give one of those big yawns, no, it's like when you knock your toe, your pinky toe. That's exactly the face you pull. Because you don't close, your mouth opens, my guy.
I'm finished, yo.
That's the truth, though.
I'm finished, bro. Yo, I'm finished.
Just think about it. If you knock your pinky toe on the couch or something like that, are you able to keep your mouth closed? Never ever, my guy. As far as I can remember, every time I've knocked my toe, you know, it's like, you maybe don't make a lot of noise, but you're.
Yo, get up and stuck there. Yo, that's bad. Nah, I saw what's this comedian's name now? Barry Hilton? It's Barry Hilton. That old guy.
There's a lot of comedians, you know, one of the...
Barry Hilton's the one I'm thinking about, yeah. My cousin's type guy. So I remember you made a joke once.
What?
You always says my cousins.
Yeah.
My cousins. Not my cousins. I was like, oh,
I was thinking now, your cousin. He's
I don't need
your
family,
cousin's
bro.
that guy. What? yeah, my cousin.
So like he made a joke once around the 2010 World Cup and about deaf people and the whistle. When the whistle blows, then deaf people can hear everything because the mics or the audio goes off, man. So like when the whistle blows, the TV cameras still follow the players, but you don't see or hear any atmosphere or ambience. But the deaf person can still pick up because they can lip read. So I was like, that made me think, like, what do deaf people think when you yawn? And I'm not like trying to make fun of deaf people. I'm just thought
it's
about
just
it.
like, yeah.
Because it's true. That face thing, bro. Like,
You got hurt now.
I remember when my kids were asleep, I remember when Isra was younger, she was very sensitive to sound. Faria, not so much. So when we did get hurt, we had to
internalize it.
So that...
You get hurt in your inside voice.
Yeah. Yeah, how did we get here? Yes.
I don't know, you spoke about yawning, bro.
Yeah. Because you fought a yawn. Okay, yeah, we're back on track. So Islamic finance. Was there any gems from that episode that kind of stuck with you till now, even though we filmed that episode almost 500 days ago?
You do know my brain is at like 20% now, no?
Yeah, I know. But if something's impactful, it doesn't matter what state you're in.
Yeah, 20%, my guy. I'm thinking about how to survive for the next hour.
20%.
Nah, look. A lot of what you spoke about is things that like generally I knew. But he gave a lot of context to it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So I understand it a bit better. So gems per se, in its entirety, it is a gem.
Perfect. I like that.
The whole episode itself is a gem because it's things that I won't say I knew exactly like as thoroughly as he explained things, but it's like background knowledge, man. You know it, but like you don't actively use it. You can put it that way. It's like it's not knowledge that you actively use all the time. But now having context to it, to everything that you kind of understand a certain extent. Now it's like, okay, cool. Now you look at things with a better perspective because of the fact that you understand it better.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah. So I can't pick out like little things that no. I don't pick out. Nah, I don't nitpick it. Conversation.
I watched that footage back the other day, now, and I was like flabbergasted, me, bro. Like I was flabbergasted. I was like, yo, I like this type of content, man. This is it, man. Like I want to watch content like this my whole life.
So what we need to do now, what everybody at home needs to do now, is actually when that episode is aired and you have your questions.
What would have been aired by now already?
send the questions.
Yes.
We can have a follow up with him. We can bring all the questions to him. You know what I
100%.
mean? And we can provide the answers for everybody.
Send us questions in the DMs, bro.
You know, and then we can do something with it. Because I mean, even like for Hassan and for Ashik as well.
Yes.
Because I mean, Hassan is a wealth of knowledge. bro.
Alhamdulillah, yo, that man.
He's a wealth of knowledge, and it's like
Oh,
it's
my
not
barak.
every day that you get to speak to somebody like that who has
Yes.
so much knowledge. So whatever, based on what you see, you know, let us know.
Yeah.
It's the only way we are able to bring content that would add value to your life.
I'm actually going to make it easier for them. If you don't want people to know you, or if you don't want us to know you, or I'll make forms, Google Forms. It's anonymous.
Yeah.
So you can just send your stuff in. Because I think that was something that one of the people that DM'd me about said, look, I'm afraid that you're going to know that this is me and you're going to change your opinion about me. So I said, okay, that's fair. So to cater to everyone, I'll make it like an anonymous form thing. And then if you have any questions or suggestions or anything,
Just put the form. Start putting the form also with the videos.
yeah, I'll put it obviously in the things, you know,
Yeah,
in our
that'll
link
work.
tree also. Then you can just
For anything, just send a form through.
send a form,
Send
bro.
your CV through. Yeah.
Send your CV. Send your CV, yeah. Nah, send your CV, bro. You know what's crazy, nah? CVs. Let's talk about CVs real quickly.
Curriculum vitae.
Yeah.
Curriculum virtues.
Curriculum vitae. Yeah.
Curriculum virtues.
Yo. I didn't know what CV meant until I was 21.
Well, you know, we were one of the only places in the world that uses the term curriculum vitae.
What?
People use resume. Like everywhere else, is like where's your resume, not a curriculum. Are you looking for a curriculum now? Spell it properly.
Like,
They use resume.
oh, yes. Curriculum vitae is Latin for course of one's life.
Yeah.
That's what CV means. The course of your life. So I should actually put my my date of birth on there.
Yeah.
I should put
You
where
should
I was
put the
born.
hospital,
Yeah, the time,
maybe
my
if it
blood
was
type.
the backseat of the car, whatever.
You know, when did my parents consummate their marriage to, you know?
Nah, that's nothing to do with you.
I'm a product of that marriage. I'm a fruit
So?
of their marriage.
They need to know about, bro, what are you talking about?
Man.
Stop.
Yeah.
Stop.
Okay, sorry. My bad. Straying off the path.
Jeez.
But okay, that actually confused me now. Like the fact that South Africa,
Not a lot of places that use resume, bro, because what they want is your, like, I suppose curriculum vitae is applicable for if you just got out of school or whatever and you're looking for a job. Fair.
but at the same time, now curriculum vitae means version of one's life or story of one's life. You get out of high school, you have fuck all life.
But that's all there is to you. So you can't actually provide a resume, which is kind of more work related.
I guess.
It's more work related.
Yeah,
So it's
you've
like,
been doing this shit longer than I have, so I guess that's fair.
so now if you handing in your resume, it's like, okay, cool. What have you done before, which will be beneficial for us to use at this place where you're going to be working?
I know.
Basically,
I know Emo said something, no? So like for
you
you,
still use it.
you can speak like loudly. You don't have to whisper. Okay.
He just wants to be in your ear, bruh, like an earworm. I'm just gonna ignore this ear.
I can see him. That's the thing.
Yeah, I know.
I can see him, so it's even worse. You will never hear what he sounds like, but we will now because of our setup, which is good. Anyhow, curriculum vitae, no? So I was going through my emails the other day, and I just typed the word CV. Obviously, my CV came up, my updated one, right?
Why?
Because I have it mailed off to people and stuff, man.
Wait, so if you Googled it?
No, in my Gmails,
Oh,
my emails.
oh, okay. Sorry.
And so I typed in CV, right?
I missed that part of it.
Yeah, 20% was. Okay, so it's in my Gmail, right? And now I type in CV. Maybe bro, I've got like 37 other people's CVs in my email box. So at some point I said, I send you a CV, but I did fuck all with it. So I'm sorry. I apologize.
Lol. That's actually that's insane. Feel bad?
Yo, kak bad. But like
Because you
also,
promised jobs, bro.
I didn't promise jobs.
You gave an expectation. I'm just let me see what I can do,
Yeah.
and you did nothing,
At that point in time,
and you
yes.
did nothing.
But here's
for
where it gets
anybody.
worse. Here's where it gets worse, no? So roast me a little bit more if you want to. It dates back to 2018. It's 2024.
My sentiments exactly, my guy. Like honestly,
Yeah.
now you know. People,
So-
only so much. Trust him only that much. But when it comes to work,
Nah, but also like I also think I haven't promised anyone jobs. People who really want their jobs now, or like not want their jobs, want a job, they'll try a little bit harder. Not with me.
I
in general,
mean,
but like I haven't sent my CV to someone to put my CV in ever. I've always just
call
given my-
yourself.
because it's like I don't want to have any reason to blame somebody else for me not doing something. I'm extremely accountable,
Yeah.
you know. So yeah.
This is no.
So don't send me your CV because I clearly
Don't
won't.
send it to me. I'll send it to you.
I also saw a TikTok, no? Before we can move along to the next topic, I saw a TikTok, Gen Z, about CVs. Companies don't look at CVs anymore.
No, they look at
You. No, so
They look at your socials.
they look at your social media.
No shit.
Legitimately. So what will happen is this, right? Say now we go for job interviews at another company, for example. They're gonna take your name and search it in Google. They also have certain tools that's powered by AI, of course, that will find your social medias.
Okay.
Right? Anything that's linked to you, the ones that are now obviously public, you know. Yours is private, so you know. But in my case,
Private. What's private?
your social media is most private. You must not really have
I
any.
don't know.
That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
I don't even know.
You only have this TikTok account from the podcast
From you.
that the social media manager made, right? But like for me, if you take Mick Waza and you put it somewhere on Google, even you're gonna find my SoundCloud, you're gonna find the Old Opinion, you're gonna find this podcast, my TikTok, my Instagram. So now I go for a job interview now. They're gonna judge me on the content I put out.
Yes, of course.
So now it's like, okay, that's crazy to me because now my work experience means nothing. So to say.
It's not that it means nothing. So the thing is, I can understand that because it gives an indication as to your character. What you put out there on the socials and so that's more you than your work experience. Because you're working, you'll do a job because you need to do the job because you need the money or whatever, right? That has nothing to do with your personality and your character. That comes out more through your socials and your worldviews, which is you share on your socials more than you do at work, for example.
Yeah. So it's
So
like
they're looking to
tricky.
see you as a person through your socials, aside from your work experience and
I think it's
your
also
career
like
history.
this lady explained in the video. They said there's two reasons why they're looking at social media. That's the first one. You hit it on the head, perfect. The second one is, are you a good brand ambassador or are you a brand risk?
Exactly.
Right? But the brand ambassador part comes into like, listen here, if you like go work for a company that's involved in online, they have their own online facilities, like they've got their own TikTok account and stuff like that. Would you benefit the growth of the company's online platform? If so, we'll put you in a bucket where you are a better candidate than someone that has a degree but have no social media. So I was like, this is a South African person. That's to us, like, so that's like South African companies are going that route now. So I was like, that's crazy to me. But at the same time, I was like, yo, curriculum vitae, sure. That will probably get you an interview, yes, maybe still. But your social media, like.
But look, I know this also, because of the fact that, you know, when somebody is able to do CVs, she's done CVs over for people.
Of course.
All the time, right?
Yeah.
Not so long ago also. I tell her, why don't you charge? She's like, no, maybe you can make money off it.
Yeah.
Like, but anyways, CVs more than one page, but they don't look at it. Your resume thing, everything needs to fit on one page. If you have 2 pages, it means you've done a lot.
And that's actually a bad thing.
They're not looking at, well, depends. Depends on the industry and depends on how old you are, all of those things, whatever, fair.
Yeah,
But
age is a
like,
big thing now.
yeah, but the thing is like, if you, nobody wants to see your life sciences mark when you're applying from high school, when you're applying for a job, or your geography mark and all of that
I
stuff.
think that's relative to like if it's your first job, they want to see. You
depends,
know what I
yeah.
mean? But like,
no, they don't.
ah,
Because what you're going to go for your first job, right? Say for example, you're just out of high school, you want to go work, right? Instead of study.
Ours
Right?
is call center. Yours was ShopRite, something like that. You know what I mean? In the
What do
day,
you mean?
like your first job wouldn't be a corporate job immediately. The call
You
centers.
just must say, I went to go
Nah.
work by shop, right?
No. Like back when you started, what was your first job?
Retail.
Retail, right? So call centers are the new retail. It's easy to get a job at a call center than it is to get a job at a retail place now.
Okay.
That's like a survey that was done. 90% of staff in these call centers are Gen Z.
Yeah.
The millennials are all working like in higher positions in that same call center, or they're in retail on the higher echelons too.
Yeah.
Or
'cause
they
started in the
They're in
that's
retail
right,
still.
yeah.
Because they started in retail 7 years ago when the Gen Zs were ladies. Smaller
So
ladies.
they don't care about your marks. They look at what was your pass. How did you pass overall
Yeah.
for matric? Did you get the bachelor, whatever? Well, you know all of those distinctions,
Bachelors?
whatever. I don't know what
Diploma?
it's called. I don't know all the terms and whatever. But yeah,
Yeah, me neither.
like what is the? Do you have your NQF? That's it.
Did you pass matric?
Basically, that's what they look for. They're not looking for. Oh, you got so much for mathematics. You must be smart. They don't care.
Here's a calculator.
They don't care. So fair enough, if you applying to go and work after studying a degree,
Yeah.
then they will ask you about, cool, so you have this qualification. What did you do in that, what's the name? And then you will speak about it. They don't want to see it on the paper. They see, okay, cool, you did this, you have a degree in this. That's it.
Yeah.
If they want to know more, they will ask you about it. But you don't need to put through, oh, I did this module, that module. They don't give a damn.
No way.
If they gave a damn, they will ask you.
So yeah, we'll move along from the job
Anyways,
talk. Yeah,
yeah.
that's actually good insight for the people. Now you know for your
By
series.
the way, if you have any other questions regarding that, let me know. It's going to cost you.
Yeah, facts. You can DM us, email us, and obviously, the relevant stakeholders will get in touch with you.
Yes, sir.
Bing. Press this add button. Yeah. Anyway, so so much was said.
We actually had a topic that we were going to discuss and we never even touched on it.
Yeah, look, we're supposed to be reflecting on our last few episodes first, but we kind of segued into the next one. So let's talk about that. Our journey to Strand.
What now?
No, never mind. The way you looked at your phone at the time, you were like, what?
No, it wasn't the time.
Oh, okay,
I
never
got a
mind.
message.
Oh, okay.
Just relax.
I'm also on the blinders here. So, our journey to Strand, that was a quite interesting one.
It was long.
Long and
I had to drive.
yeah.
It was hot. And then it was raining.
You're the responsible one. I don't have
I
a
know.
license.
Gen Z.
I drive without a license. That's not even a Gen Z thing though, no? That's a boomer thing. Nah, it's a boomer thing.
Yeah.
Our parents.
Yes.
That's not a millennial thing. Use what drug to get your license quickly.
True, actually. It is a boomer thing, yeah.
So it's like
they drove without the license
for
for so
years.
long.
Some of them still don't have a license.
For so long. And they just were never bothered to go and get it.
Like, why?
Like, at all. Like, it's license for what? Like, dude, so you can drive. Like, you can't drive. Like,
Facts. Yeah, and I know some people from that generation that still don't have their license, and then millennials, like majority of you guys, were pushed by your parents. No, be better than me. Go get your license.
first get your license. So it's also so because finding became a big thing during our time. Fines were being handed out left, right, and center.
It's even worse now.
Now it's worse.
With these fucking have you seen this highway patrol with the scanners in the car? But they can scan your number plate and they can check if your desk is outstanding or if
The
you have arrest
points and
warrants.
shit, yeah. Huh?
Yeah. Oh, he's a criminal. We're arresting you now.
Yeah. Quick, fast.
That's why I don't drive. So I'm a criminal. I'm a gangster, baby. No,
Okay,
I'm not.
buddy.
Yeah. Zeker.
Okay, buddy. Yeah, I mean, and then look the when we went to Strand, dude, that was I loved it. I'm not gonna lie, it was good. It was good for me personally.
Yes.
Right.
Same.
After filming and speaking to Hassan and Ashik, I was like, I think it was the case for most of us also. It like reignited that. I spoke about it before actually.
Yes.
When we went to Zach. When we spoke with Zach.
Yes.
Like we actually spoke about this entire thing. Because it reminded me of that, and I was like, "Yo, this is happening again." Exactly what I explained on that episode.
Yes.
What I spoke about. It's like it reignites, and it was one of those times for me. And
Facts.
I would say that I'm getting back to where I was before.
Yeah.
And feel like I'm going further than that also. So it's like, yeah, it was like for me it was needed, I think, in my life.
Yeah, so I think so too. Like I was telling my wife earlier in the week, I said to her like that, not just the filming of the episode, but that entire experience kind of pushed me and reminded me to pick up things that I kind of got lazy. I got lazy before with, and it's like, here's two oaks that number one sacrificed more than 2-3 hours out of their day to talk with us, and we didn't even scratch the surface with him. Like, and then with Ashik, I remember he's the reason why I'm going viral on TikTok right now, because he pushed me to share my story.
Okay. Yes,
so that was another connection. And then also like with Hassan, when he first started his TikTok account, I was like one of his first followers. I followed him because like his revert story like reignited me. That was like 4 years, 5 years into my journey of Islam. But in that episode kind of like reaffirmed things that I was struggling with, man. So from a personal perspective, I was like, yo, this is quiet. And then like from the in community
of property. I feel like you were gonna say in community of property.
Yeah, what is in the community of the podcast? I think like for us it was also quite interesting. It was fun. That was also one of our first episodes back after Ihsan, and we like it was our first one we filmed at another location
outside of here
in a long time. So it was a boys trip for the boys.
True.
I think it was quite nice.
And then it automatically, because of that, before context, before we started filming here today, now I forgot that we were filming.
Yeah,
because we were all just chilling out.
Yeah,
like,
we're
okay,
just
cool.
chilling.
When we're gonna leave, almost like we're going on another
like
road trip.
like we're talking and planning the future, talking about the show, certain things, certain changes we want to make and whatever.
Yeah, changes coming soon.
Yeah. And now it's like, oh shit, we must still film. But I was like, yo, look at the time, the day's gone, we haven't even sat and filmed. So
It's fine.
But yeah, no, that was quite interesting. I think I took a lot from the episode, but I think like the biggest thing I took from the episode was that like, don't be scared to openly practice your deen, man.
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing for me. Because without my social media, I was always like, yeah, I'm Muslim. But I would never actively explain to people, this is why, or this is why I do things the way I do it. And so that's the step I took, because I look at someone like Ashik and even Hassan, they are unapologetically Muslim. That's the thing. Ashik, all his content, there's always something he refers it back to Islam and the Sunnah and the Hadith. Here's a reference, here's a that. And I was like, it's nice. It's very nice to be unapologetic. But they're also not they're not lacking in knowledge. They will only share stuff if they know what they're talking about. Ashik he made a video about it the other day, and I saw it and I was like, this is so quiet. He says reverts, and I'm talking to you specifically. I know you found this truth, this diamond, this gold mine, and you want to share it, but be careful. Not for non-Muslims, be careful for Muslims. Because the things you're saying, you're not a scholar. You can't say this. You're this type of Muslim, even though you were revert.
Like what is like saying.
Hassan spoke about that.
Hassan, yeah, and Ihsan spoke about the fact that like you can't just share things because you heard it somewhere or whatever the case may be. Fake news is real, bro.
Bro, you can't post fatwas. You can't do that.
Fake news, bro.
Yeah,
That's
so
the thing, and like it's a safeguard against that.
Exactly. And yeah, people say your intentions what matters 100%, but at the same time, like as a Muslim, there are rules about saying certain things and researching your knowledge before you share it. But at the same time, that's what stops a lot of people from being unapologetically Muslim. True. Do you understand? And that's was something where I was stuck. I mean, I'm Muslim now for 6 years, and I never really actively spoke about it the way I did in that episode or on my TikTok. Now I'm starting my TikToks and I'm like, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Before I'd be like, oh, wait, TikTok? There's been a shift.
I think also like one thing that plays on what you're saying actually is the fact that like just to speak about it more often, like speaking about your deen more often, it changes your perspective and it changes the way you approach things.
Yeah.
Right? Because like in a couple of recent scenarios where I found myself in, there were, I'd openly speak about like, yeah, but in my religion, this is how it works, and the reason for that is X, Y, and Z, and you know, and I'd start off the conversation or start off my answers like, okay, cool. Instead of like, for example, a lot of things that are practiced in Islam with regards to like behavior-wise, right,
Yes.
of how you should carry yourself and so on, can seem misogynistic.
Yeah.
Right, because like I mean, like the West portrays women in Islam are oppressed, right?
Oppressed.
So a lot of the things that Muslims do or Muslim men need to do can be seen as misogynistic. But like if you actually give the context as to why, before you actually give your misogynistic, quote unquote, misogynistic view, if you give context to it, it gives everybody a better understanding.
Yeah.
Right, and if you, for example, the conversation that I was having was actually regarding marriage and like a woman's role and a man's role in a marriage, and like the reasons for it and all of those things and whatever, because of the fact that like secularly, women want to be independent. It's like, yes, now I don't want to rely on him. So it's like, look, here's the thing, right? So it's a man's duty in Islam to provide for his wife and, you know, make sure X, Y, and Z is there and all of these things or whatever. All the additional things beyond that is if they want it, they can have it. If she wants it, if she wants it, she has money to buy it. She can buy it if she wants to. It's nothing to do with him. He doesn't need to provide that. It's not part of his duty to do that.
Yeah.
And that's what makes the differences and so on. It's like, oh, but then like, so the wife can't do X, Y, and Z. Like, no, they can't. Because
she has her duties also.
She has her duties,
yeah,
and the responsibilities that come with those duties. He has his duties and he has the responsibilities that come with those duties. So it's like you have rights over each other as well, and like that's just how it is.
Yeah.
And if you actually take all of that into account, it becomes very, very simple.
Yes.
Compared to, oh no, it's 50-50, I pay half this, they pay half that, and no, miss for all of that.
50-50.
You know what I mean? And then it's like that makes your life complicated and brings about those problems 100%. Of your financial issues and all of these things. And even though, even today in Muslim households, finances is a major thing. It's a major reason for a lot of issues in marriages. Despite, right? 100%. And that's also because of, well, I would say it's because of the matrix and they're making the cost of living so high as it is at the moment. It doesn't need to be, but it is inflated beyond what it should be because they want everybody to be working.
Started in the 60s.
Yeah, the whole feminist movement was
100%. That's exactly where it started, right? On that, I agree with you. I also think like the biggest thing is like this I learned more from you in recent years.
Sorry, that's sigh, bruh.
That.
I had it in my left ear, not my right.
you know. On your left, Captain America. So, I think communication and tone in communication is something I struggled with for the longest time. And then remember that one that I sent you a message. What surah is it? Luqman. It's Luqman, yes. And it's literally like, you know, establish your prayer, lower your voice. And it's like, just go, look Surah Luqman, go read it. You know, I don't want to quote from the Quran.
Sound of donkeys.
Yes.
That one.
Yes. Don't be arrogant. It's right there.
Yeah.
And that was Luqman's father talking to him. And so I was like, okay. What's crazy to me is that if you use that, right, that scripture of that version of that verse out of the Quran, that scripture, and apply it to your life, it will increase your respect amongst people, right? Or it will increase people's respect for you, and you will have more respect for people because of your communication. What's the number one cause of anger between people or arguments? Lack of communication. It's a majority lack of communication. And that comes down to tone, that comes down to a lot of...
It's not lack of communication, but...
Or it's miscommunication.
Ineffective communication.
Oh, that's the word, sorry. You're right.
Ineffective communication, because you can communicate but not get your message across.
Yeah, you're right.
Because you're shouting all the time, and because, for example, right, you raise your voice.
Psychology.
Right? You raise your voice. This is just hypothetically, just like I'm just using you as an example now, right? You raise your voice, but at a certain point of a certain tone, your wife switches off and stops listening because now your voice is too high.
Yeah.
So it's like, I'm not actually going to listen to you. You're shouting at me. I don't care what you're saying.
Bye.
Switching off.
Yeah.
So you voicing your message at the loudest tone that you possibly can because
Yeah.
you're angry or whatever the case may be, but the recipient's not hearing any of it.
Yeah, and there were psychology studies done on this, right?
Mm.
This is now how we weigh the two up, right? If you take your religion, because this is what you started the conversation like this, right? There's certain things in the religion that people who don't understand the religion have a misconception of how we do things. Like the misogyny thing, that's one thing. Also, when it comes to communication, as a Muslim, you're not supposed to be loud and obnoxious and disrespectful. It's literally something that we thought not supposed to be. You know, you're supposed to be quiet and humble and reserved. There are times where you are supposed to be a certain way, but there's set rules for that, right? So now you follow the secular. When someone screams at you, they're trying to assert dominance, right? The louder you are, people will notice you. Look at me, right? But most of the time, there's a saying that goes, empty vessels make the loudest noise.
Yeah.
That's something I realized, like psychology has had these methods. When you scream at, it was done with children, if you scream at a child, it scares them.
Yeah.
But that never leaves you until you're grown up. So the moment you go past a certain decibel as a grown up, you will shut down. So your mother can be standing there screaming at you, no? Then you will just sit there quietly and you will be like, this woman is screaming at me, and then you will go into your head. You won't hear anything they're saying. But if they sit down and say, listen here, this was wrong.
Yeah.
You should have
Makes
done
a
it.
big difference.
Then you're like, okay, mommy. Or with your wife. I mean, this is something I implemented in my marriage. Like, when we upset with each other, let's sit down and talk. Standing's a problem. Don't stand and talk, because you're going to end up screaming.
Because if you're standing, you're putting yourself in an aggressive demeanor, so to
Like
say.
sit
Where you're
down,
trying
bro.
to overpower the next person because now you try to stand over them, so to say.
Exactly.
If you're sitting down, you're sitting down.
There's
Like,
a hadith on
dude.
that, also. So that's like, if you apply that Dane strand made me change a lot of things. Like, I look for Islamic answers on how to do things.
This is because
first.
they are.
Because they are.
Because
there was, and there will be.
Yeah.
So there must be something. So like, before I try and actively do something, I was like, would this make sense? Let me check quickly the Quran. Let me check if there's a hadith on this. And I was like, why haven't I been able to do that over the last few years? It's not because of my friend circle only or whatever. We've all been on different trajectories, but that two guys, Hassan and Ashik, opened my mind to it because they are unapologetic. Yeah. And since then till now, like, I'm still careful.
You feel like you're on a different path now. It's like you not on a different path, but the path is clearer.
Yeah, there's like less must.
Yeah.
I
get
must.
what you're saying. I get what you're saying. Yeah. You put your fog lights on rather than your headlights.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah. Oh yeah. I like that. I've been having this
because you
beliefs
have
now.
your headlights on and all you see is the mist in front of you. But now you put your fog lights on, you can actually see the path.
Yeah. Oh, here's a mushroom.
actually
Oh, here's a
lit.
deer.
Where did I come up
Where
with
did that come
now?
from? Yo, that's like a.
Right now I'm at 10%.
Okay.
Now I'm at 10%. Okay.
I've been applying that approach to a lot of things nowadays now, because I feel like that's been missing, man. Like, that's been missing because I was on autopilot.
Yeah.
Like, I'll make my salas enjoy, but I was like,
Still also being on autopilot. I remember you saying still after that, it's like, it was like longer than I would usually be.
Yeah, like, that's what I was gonna say now. Like, I rush through my salah, man, bro. I used to rush through.
Doing it as a tick box.
Yeah, like, I have to make salah. It's important. Then we make salah, but then I'll make salah like,
Yeah.
It's like that day, because we stopped the show to. You'll see this intermission there. We stopped the show to make the word now, and I was like, it's nice, slow. I want to take it in, And then it came with that same surah, Luqman, where it says like, slow down. You need to slow down. Bro. You're too fast. Relax.
You're in the race.
I was like, now you're in this rat race, man. And then I tried to identify what's the reason why I was speeding up my salah. It was work.
Yeah.
I don't have enough time. I only have 7 minutes, so I can do this in 7 minutes quickly. And then I'll sometimes even skip my sunnahs. I still do that, inshallah, when I'm big, And then I'll sometimes even like not make dua. I'll just, when I'm done, get up, go. So now it's like, since that day, it's like I've tried to add back the things that.
Yeah.
And I've been getting up for Fajr more often. Alhamdulillah. Yeah, because of that.
That's good.
Literally, like, even when I'm not working, I'm like, I'm gonna get up off this phone now, and then I'm gonna go back to sleep. It's fine. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because now you can go back to
But
sleep afterwards.
But yeah, when it's work days, and I'm gonna stay awake.
Yeah. Soon enough, you'll still be able to take a nap before.
Yeah,
I mean, after.
Inshallah. That nap between Fajr and Dhuhr.
Yeah, wait, when is it? Ramadan is going to be early this next year, no?
Last year it was quite early.
It's supposed to be earlier. But
Last year I think.
Feb. It's going to be end of Feb.
Yeah.
Or beginning of March.
And the times
it's
also.
Hot that time still.
Yeah. And Fajr is earlier.
It's going to be early also.
I remember.
That's what I was thinking about.
I remember last year, last Ramadan, it was like the earliest one was like 20 past 5.
I'm not sure.
It was about 20 past 5, and I was like, yo, bruh. I was get up at least 4:45.
I remember when it was in summer still. I was still in primary school, I think. And it was in the summer, bruh, over the December, January period.
Yo.
Dude, that was long days. The nap is vital during the day.
But napping is more sunnah between Dhuhr and Asr also. It's a
It's
sunnah.
vital. Aside from the sunnah, bruh, it's just like, how do you survive if you don't? Just like to have a bit of water because it's warm. Yo, you dehydration.
And I'm just like, yo, there's these soccer players, they like play professional football in Jay. And then they like druk a match, bruh, and it's like they play the whole first 45 minutes and they're drucking. Then yeah, middle through the second half, by 60 minutes, okay, they stop the game for the brass to break. But then they just a tight quickly, some water, and they druk a full match. I'm like, oh, you saw running at full capacity. Apparently training in Ramadan is better.
The norm, that's the thing, man. So, professionals, right? Professional athletes, they don't only play in that time, like Ramadan or whatever, right?
Yeah, no, of course.
Throughout the year, they are practicing, so their body is used to the exertion already.
Yeah, but still, bruh. Can you imagine? Yes, you're professional, whatever, but how droog isn't your pick?
So, if you run every day, right? Now, when the first couple of weeks that you've been running now, you need to have your water with you because you're gonna get thirsty and whatever. After a couple of weeks, you're not gonna need it. You're gonna I can have water afterwards. It's fine.
Yeah, no, of course, but I mean, it's
the same thing.
I think about it as I admire these people because even though I'm not a sports person, clearly, I find it difficult to remain at at least 80% when fasting, and then come the time to eat and it's like I can't even eat. As I have one samosa and a half a cup of soup, then I'm full.
Yeah, your stomach is gone, my guy.
Come on from Tarawih. Now we eat.
Now you're hungry.
Now we eat.
Because that cramp is gone.
Yeah, that cramp is gone, and now the next day you wake up, yay, cramps in the calves.
If you eat fast, you break your fast and you eat fast. 5 minutes later, it's that stitch come here.
Yeah,
and you get that stitch because you ate too much too quickly.
I once pulled my hamstring from Tarawih. I was at unfit 1 year. I think it was my second Ramadan. I pulled the hamstring, bro.
That's
Allahu Akbar.
Go sit.
Go sit.
Go do some stitches in the back.
Cool. I'm like, yes. And then I was like, no. Yeah, so that's interesting, yo. Ramadan's gonna be when?
End of Feb, beginning of March. Somewhere around there.
Yeah. I know 2040 we're gonna have 2 Ramadans in one calendar year, like Gregorian calendar year.
It's gonna cross over that thing. It's the December Jan period.
So it's gonna be 2. There's
gonna
be two full Ramadans in one calendar year. I'll tell you now. I'll Google it.
That's crazy.
I was like, yo, inshallah, I'll make it till then. How wouldn't that be, bruh? 2 Ramadans in 1 year. Yo.
That's crazy.
Yo, 2 little quarters. Yeah.
Huh?
You never heard that?
I heard you because you talk loud.
I heard you now. You know what you said again, man? I was like, how is Ramadan gonna be? He's like, anyway.
Oh, I thought it was more than that.
Ramadan.
I'm such a clown, you know that?
Mm?
I know you're busy searching something on your
But
laptop.
you're looking there.
Like, where you typing, my guy?
It's 2030 actually. The most recent instances of two Ramadans within the same Gregorian year happened in 1997.
Full months.
4 Ramadans in one calendar year, Gregorian calendar year. It was the Here it is.
I was alive then. Yeah.
The first one Apple.
The first one, Apple orange.
The first one is in the beginning of the Gregorian calendar, and one is at the end of. So you'll have Ramadan in January 2030 and December 2030.
Cool.
And Ramadan 2 of 2030 will cross-pollinate with the Gregorian New Year and Christmas.
Sure.
So like
That's
last year
crazy.
Ramadan was happening during Easter.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be like that. January and like, hey, I just had Ramadan. Yeah, Ramadan twice.
That's crazy. That's cool. So we're gonna have 4 Eids.
Do
Well,
you
no, the
know-
other one's gonna go into the next year actually.
for the
The second Ramadan, that next Eid will be in the following year. It won't be
yeah.
in the
So
same year.
we'll have
3 Eids in 1 year.
yes
There will be 3 Eids.
3 in both years. Because they will be
Yeah, the one will carry over to the other.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's mad.
2030. How old are you gonna be in 2030?
Old.
Yo,
I don't know how old. What year are we now?
2024. 1997. Yaasien.
Huh?
We're in 1997.
Yo, you caught me off guard now. I can't figure it out.
Yeah, it's a few years, man, from now. 6 years from now.
39.
6 years from now.
I'll be 39.
Yeah. Well, I'll Huh?
No.
No, you, bruh.
6 years from now.
Am I tripping? 2030 is 6 years from now.
That's 6 years from now.
Yes, I'm right. So,
Yes, I'll be 39.
yo, I'll be 29.
Yeah, I'll be 39.
Jeez. Yo,
That's right.
how old are my kids gonna be? Shit, to break 10. I'll just add.
6 years from now.
Yeah.
However old they are now.
Kijk,
plus
my
6.
thing was, in my mind, it was 2040. But it's like,
that's what.
it's 2030. I remember now, so yeah, I'm gonna retire. When I turn 30, I'm
Inshallah,
retiring. Inshallah,
inshallah.
that's the plan. So yeah, we see how it go, but yo,
We'll see you guys then.
yeah. We have spoken about so little, but so much at the same time in this episode. So yeah, if you
Look,
like
the
this
thing
content,
is like because what we've been speaking about is not actually out there just yet.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah. At the time we
That's
recorded this, those
why.
episodes wouldn't have aired yet.
Exactly.
Yeah, but I'm being
Look at
strategic
you
with that.
talking about at the times we recorded.
I
this,
forgot we're filming
we
that now.
are busy
Holy
recording
fuck!
it.
I mean, holy snap! Try not to swear anymore. Damn. But
You've been doing well with that.
alhamdulillah, yeah. I'm just trying to think about little things that can get me Jannah because I've been a trash person. But yeah, yo, okay. Let's do this. Thank you for watching this episode. It was interesting. We'll catch you on the next one. If you like this content, do us a favor, like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell. We'll see you next week. Safe.
Bing.